Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be discussing AWS CLI. AWS CLI helps you to connect to your account using the terminal or command line. Uh, First of all, you need to configure your terminal, and after that, you can connect to your account from your terminal. What this means is that after connecting to your account, you can do pretty much anything in your AWS account using commands on your terminal, depending on the privileges you have on that particular account. So let's dive right into the demo and see how all this works. So in order to install AWS CLI, we go to the official page of AWS. I'll put the link in the description. So if you scroll down, you will see the installation. So you can see for different operating system. This is for Linux, while this is for Mac, and this is for Windows. So let's look at them. So for Linux, if I open it, so if you are using Amazon Linux, you can use this installation. Then if you are using other flavors of Linux, then this installation is what you use. But today I'm using Windows, so I'll go and look at Windows installation. I think that will be the last one. So this is for Mac. For Mac, you can use brew install as well to install your AWS CLI. So but I'm using Windows. So you check your requirements, make sure that it corresponds to AWS. Make sure it corresponds to what it requires, right? Then this is the installation I'm supposed to use, but I will not be using this. So I'll use a software package manager for Windows called Chocolatey. So Chocolatey is a package manager for Windows softwares. So you just go to chocolatey.org, and it opens up this page. Then we can go to install. Now to install Chocolatey on your system, the first thing you need to do is to run PowerShell as administrator. So let me open up my PowerShell. I will run that as administrator. I'll run it as administrator. So let's go back. And if I scroll down, so I'll run this command. Just paste it. Sorry, didn't copy. So you can see mine returned all assigned. So but if yours return restricted, then you run this command. But since mine returned all assigned, then I'll run this. Let me say yes to all. Then the next thing is to copy this command. So you can see Chocolatey is already installed on my system, but for yours it will take some few seconds to install. Then after installation, you can now type Choco to verify that Chocolatey is installed on your system. So you can see that I have Chocolatey version 2.2.2. Now the next thing is to install packages. So let's go to the packages. Then let's type AWS CLI. So if I scroll up, so you can see AWS command line interface here. So I'll click on copy. So AWS CLI is already installed on my system. So in order to use it, then I'll close this PowerShell and go to git bash. So if you are on Mac or Linux, then you can use your terminal to execute this command. So the first thing I need to do is to configure my AWS CLI. So I'll go to AWS console, right? Then I need to create a user. So let me create a user. So in our last class, we talked about how to create AWS users, roles, and groups. So if you have not looked at that video, then I will put the link on the description, so you can go and check it out. Now I'll click on users. So let me delete this. So in order to create a new user, I'll click on create user. Then I'll type the name of the user. I don't want this person to log in into the console, so I'll leave this like this. Click on next. Then attach policy directly. So let's use administrator access. So this administrator access will give the person the access to do anything on your AWS account. So anybody you are giving this access, you should be careful with it. So I would advise not to give anybody this administrator access to your account. So click on next. So let's create the user. Now, so I'll click on the user. So click on credentials. So the next thing is to create the access key. So click on create access key. So you can see command line interface here. So I'll select it, then click on I understand. Next, create access key. So this is the access key and the secret key. So I'm allowing you guys to see this keys because before you'll be seeing this video, I have already deleted them. You need to be careful with these keys. Don't let anybody see these keys because once they see it, they can do anything on your account. So the next thing, you need to download this .csv file and keep it in a safe place, because once you move out of this page, you will not see these keys again, and you cannot create it again for the same user. So let's download this. So you can see I have downloaded it. So this is it. So but I'll use this one here. Then I'll go back to my git bash. Then I'll type aws configure. So I have already configured a key here, so that's why it's showing this key. But if you have not configured any key yet, then this will not show. So let me copy this. Let me copy this. Paste. Then for default region name, so we'll be talking about region in our next class. Yeah, we'll talk about EC2 instances. So default output format is JSON. Now my AWS CLI is now configured, so I can do pretty much anything anybody in the console can do. I can create EC2 instances. I can create anything from my command line. So for example, let's create bucket, AWS S3 bucket. So in order to create AWS S3 bucket, I will type AWS S3 API, create buckets. So the bucket name should be unique. That's why it's good to add numbers to it. Then region. So I'll press enter. So now it has created AWS S3 bucket for me. So now if I go to my console, let me go to my console, type S3. Select this. So let's look for, so you can see the bucket's name here. So this is the bucket I just created with my CLI. So you can pretty much do anything. You can create any resources from your command line once it is configured. So that's where I will stop for today. Thank you all. So if you are a new person on my channel and you like what I do, kindly subscribe to my channel and like my video as well. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.